Laurence, so lovely to have you here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much for taking the time
You're
to speak
welcome.
with us. Maybe we can just start by talking about where we are. Marrakesh.
Yes, Marrakesh Film Festival, 17th edition.
How does it feel to be here, and what do you think
Great.
makes this such a unique film festival?
Well, I mean, it's Marrakesh, right? So, what a magnificent place. Morocco, what magnificent people, culture, art, history. Just, people from all over the world here. From Europe, from Africa, from the States, from Asia, everywhere. Films from everywhere that remind you that, the world is smaller than you think.
And paying tribute to some fantastic directors.
Yeah, some
De
really
Niro,
great artists.
Nevada last night. So does it feel great that they're kind of paying homage to those?
Well, yeah, I mean, just the fact that there are so many different kind of artists here, in addition to the people that they're paying tribute to, as an artist myself, I get inspired. I didn't know much about Agnes Varda until about 2 years ago. And now, like last night, I've discovered this young artist, JR, who's been working with her. And had a chance to talk with him, and, it's been amazing. Again, Mr. De Niro, Mr. Scorsese, who are, hometown heroes of mine. I grew up in New York City. I started working in the theater in New York as an actor right around during the same decade that they started their collaboration, their partnership, really. It's, Robin Wright, whose work I've always enjoyed. And then again, just, if you just go through the program and you look at the list of films that are in competition, the members of the jury, Dakota and Daniel and all these wonderful people, it's pretty impressive.
I mean, you're known most internationally for your film, The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are your memories of working on that film, and what do you think it was that really captured people's imaginations that you're still so known for it today?
Yeah, basically, I remember training really hard. That's what I remember. I remember being in pain a lot. But in terms of why the film sort of resonates with people, it's, we were at the end of one century, going into a new century, and whenever that happens, I think human beings struggle with the unknown and take comfort and solace in stories, particularly the old stories. And so The Matrix is a retelling of the old story in the new context with the digital age, because we were just on the cusp of what is normal today, which was quite new in 1999, to walk around with a phone in your pocket, allowed you to always be accessible to people. That was a new thing.
And does it ever feel like it haunts you slightly, that people referring to you as Morpheus?
No.
You
Listen,
love it?
I understand that this will be the role that I will probably be best known for or best remembered for, and that's fine. I mean, listen, I love that people love Morpheus. I love Morpheus. I love the movies. I just like my name a little better when people see me and want to talk to me. It's nice when they use my name.
Indeed. You also acted in another iconic trilogy with Keanu Reeves, though not in the first chapter, John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick, yeah.
What should fans expect from the new one?
What should they expect? A lot of ass kicking. That's what they should expect.
And has it been amazing to work with him again?
Yes, it's been a treat and a joy to work with him again. He is singular amongst human beings. I don't know of anyone who is quite like Keanu. I love him dearly, and I was super excited to have the opportunity to work on John Wick. Yeah.
And You've also been involved with AntMan and the Wasp. So what's your experience of making that? And also, Stan Lee died recently.
Yeah.
What do you think his impact's been on pop culture? And
Listen,
did you get to
Stan
meet him?
Lee, I got to meet Stan a couple of times. I'm so grateful that I got to meet Stan. I was reading Stan Lee's books when I was 10 years old in New York City. And he had a huge impact on me, just in terms of the comic books that he and his company created reflected the New York City that I grew up in at the time that I was growing up in it. So all of those Marvel characters are really a part of my history and my childhood, and they're really, really super important to me. So I've just enjoyed watching what Marvel's done over the last 10 years with all the movies, and I was super excited that I got the opportunity to be a part of the MCU, and Ant-Man and the Wasp is just good fun, man. It's just really good fun.
Were there any particular highlights from making
I
that?
got to work with Michael Douglas. I got to work with Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, now seems like a really brilliant time for film, particularly on the aspect of diversity. It's been a lot about gender, but also about ethnicity. If you think of the Oscar for Moonlight, and things seem to be shifting. How do you see the health of the industry in that respect?
Listen, I will tell you that as somebody who's been in the industry for 40-something years, that it's different than it was. Certainly with respect to ethnicity and with gender, things are changing. People are trying. People are not only trying, people are succeeding. And this is great. And this will continue. And as you know, and things go in cycles, you know. It'll be interesting to see what the next cycle is. And, you know, a lot of these changes, I think, have to do with the new platforms, basically streaming, where, you know, it's not just cable television or network television or cinemas. It's Amazon and Netflix and Hulu and Crackle and, you know, ad infinitum, right? And as the technology becomes, you know, as it changes as quickly as it does, I mean, gosh, what are we going to see in 7 years? Because if you think about it, 2006, right? I was doing a movie in 2006, and I was working with an actor, and he was telling me about a show that he was putting together. And he did. And it changed everything. And that show was called House of Cards. And that actor was Kevin Spacey. And there was no streaming before that. And it's been how many seasons of House of Cards?
4?
7, maybe?
7.
7 or 6. But think about that. It's only been 7 or 6 seasons. It's 2018 now. You go back 6 years, 6 seasons, that's 2012. That's not. I mean, the world changed like that. So I suspect that it will continue and that we will see yet another sort of chapter in the evolution of, you know, entertainment.
And can you quickly tell us about your next projects? I understand you're doing this UFO one, but you're also working with some other fantastic characters.
I am in the process of developing a piece called Rendlesham, which we hope to shoot in the UK in the first half of 2019 with it's co-production with BBC. I'm not sure which BBC. You guys have a lot of them. But yeah, we're trying to do this piece about the UFO / alien abduction / horror thing that happened up there in the 80s, I guess. Yeah, I didn't know about it, but when I met with our partners, our British partners, they were telling me about it. I was like really fascinated to know that there was like an American town in the middle of the island. I was like, really? Really? Hot dogs and everything? So I want to go check that out.
And also potentially working with Clint Eastwood, Richard Linklater, so, you know...
Yeah, Richard Linklater did this thing called Where'd You Go, Bernadette, starring Cate Blanchett, that should be out sometime in 2019. And then, like, in a couple of days, at least in the States, Clint Eastwood's The Mule with Clint and Bradley Cooper. Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
Nice
Thanks so much for your time.
to talk to you, too.
Thank you.
All right.